I don't know why. Everything I'm touching is shocking me.
You have to have touch something else already. No, you've had to touch something
I touch the open current.
And this is
I'm electrified.
It's the clogs.
Damn, I forgot I'm wearing my Crocs.
Oh, Crocs. Let's say clogs.
These are clogs. What
those are the Denmark shoes.
Those are the ones where they be like
the hard ones.
Man, that wind was blowing right in my face, and it like dried my contacts out. And so
dried my lips.
Yeah, my lips been dry too.
You see people, man, putting on, not
you don't like to put chapstick? You don't like chapstick?
I hate chapstick, dog. It reminds me of like a woman putting on lipstick or something.
Makes you look like a girl.
Am I a pretty girl?
Oh, well, you're beautiful.
What's going on? What's going on, late night family? We are back in the building, coming to bring you another exciting episode of Late Night Conversations with Uncle Nephew. I am your host, King J, also known as Nephew, and to the left is my co-host,
JR, Big Unc.
What's up, Big Unc?
Good weather.
Good weather.
And we back. Good living.
Good living.
Good living.
What does that sound like an old man?
Yeah, dude.
Good living. Good living.
No, the weather's been nice.
Yeah, the weather's been real nice.
I asked my boss today, I'm like, are we really in December? He said, don't jinx it.
I ain't gonna lie, dog. The weather's been cool. I just hate that I have to wear a jacket in the morning and then a t-shirt, a tank top by evening.
I'd rather have a white Christmas, though.
Oh, yeah, me too.
I mean, it's not going to happen. We're going to be 78 degrees during Christmas, but...
They say we got a warm front moving in. What the hell?
What's a warm front?
Yeah.
We live in Texas. It's always
warm over here. Yeah, man, and we're back, man. We finally made it back. We've been gone for a couple weeks.
A lot of illness and stuff going on, man.
Man, it sucks, man. My whole family got sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, we missed a couple episodes, y'all. Yeah. We were battling sickness at my house. I saw you posted last
week apologizing, and of course, we do apologize. We try to shoot weekly, man, but when you're, especially when you got your kids sick, dog. I mean, they leave the house whenever we're shooting a podcast, not shooting each other. Okay.
With what? Nah.
What? No, your kids leave the house. Yeah. It's unfair for them to be sick and have to leave while we're recording the podcast.
And then it's a lot for my wife to just handle both the kids when they're both sick.
They're both sick. Yeah.
And then I got sick. She got sick.
You can't swallow.
Yeah.
So you're a spitter.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
No, it sucks, but we're back. Yeah, we're going to try to keep going as much as possible, but Texas weather doesn't always act right,
Yeah, exactly, man. If you live down here in West Texas where we're from.
You wake up in the morning, it's cold as in the mud.
Exactly.
And then hot in the afternoon.
And then the wind blow, and then the dust blow everywhere. Yeah. Everybody in this city has allergy problems. Yeah. I guarantee it.
I didn't used to.
It's a requirement to live here. You gotta have bad allergies. Man, Unc, I got a good story for you tonight. Yeah, I got a story I've been wanting to cover for like 2 weeks since we've been gone.
Right.
But yeah, guys, y'all strap in for today's episode because we have something super dope planned for y'all today. It's a creepypasta episode tonight. So for those of y'all who don't know, a creepypasta is a short horror story that I read to Unc, get his general reaction, and we just kind of have a conversation about it.
Right.
And usually it turns into something crazy. So without further ado, y'all, we're going to jump into today's episode. But before we do all that, we just want to say thank y'all for tuning in and sticking with us again. Even when we're gone, I mean, we hate to miss, like Unc said, it sucks. It's unfortunate. But, I mean, sometimes we have things that happen. Illness happens, But we try to post and let y'all know whenever we're going to miss. So for those of y'all, for the prayers and the well wishes, man, thank y'all so much. My family really appreciated it, guys. But yeah, this is y'all first time joining us on the Late Night Conversations with Uncle Nephew podcast. We just want to say welcome to the Late Night family. We hope you enjoy your time with us tonight. We try to make every episode as exciting as we can. And tonight, no different.
Right.
It's going to be super exciting. So if it's your first time tonight, like I said, welcome. And we hope you enjoy the content. And if you do enjoy the content, we just want to say, hit that follow button wherever you are watching y'all's podcast at, whether that be Facebook, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. We're on all platforms.
Right.
Just hit that follow button for us, man. We greatly appreciate it, especially on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button for us and punch that bell right in the teeth so that you get notified every time we post. So you get notified every time we post a video, and that's on Fridays at 8 a.m.
8 a.m. I get my notification.
Every time. It never fails. So, yeah, y'all tap in with us, guys. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into today's episode.
Let's go, nephew.
So, the creepypasta is called The True Story Behind Chuck E. Cheese.
The true fictional story?
The true... Exactly.
Being a creepypasta. Hey, but if it wasn't creepypasta, it'd be a true story.
Exactly. Yeah, if it wasn't a creepypasta,
Right.
for sure. Man, any of y'all out there, y'all remember going to Chuck E. Cheese as kids?
No.
No, we didn't have money to go.
We didn't eat mice.
We did. We went to it was a birthday party we got invited to, so we had to pay.
Oh, okay. Free
I
pizza,
think
let's go.
free
bring your
pizza.
friends.
Tell her, yeah, bring the whole family
Bring
came.
everybody.
So I brought my uncles and aunts and
Right.
everybody. But yeah, man,
And no
Chuck E.
gift.
Cheese. Yeah, no, we didn't bring no gift, but we brought an appetite. No. But yeah, man, Chuck E. Cheese, a kid's dream, a
Right.
wonderland, bro.
So
Back
crazy,
in the day,
right?
then tunnels, playground, arcade games,
Answer me this,
pizza
nephew. How does a child know about Chuck E. Cheese?
on TV. Chuck E. Cheese. Why my voice crack like that? Where a
puberty.
I think they say where a kid can be a
Is it?
kid.
Man. Maybe I see the commercial, but
Hell yeah! You see that cheese
commercial nowadays.
That cheese, the rat, the rat. They be up there breakdancing.
But the commercials are different now than they were back in the day. They don't have commercials like that anymore.
Yeah.
They don't. I don't. When was the last time you seen the Chuck E. Cheese
I don't think
commercial?
people watch TV no more, dog. To be honest with you,
I do, but I'm somebody.
You're from the I ain't let go of TV yet.
I'm a Gen Xer. I had a box TV when I was growing up, so these flat TVs.
I enjoy them. Yeah. Tonight's story, Unc, we're gonna dive into the true story, the backstory behind how Chuck E. Cheese became famous, and the backstory is something you probably wouldn't even expect.
I don't even know what to expect right now, nephew. I mean, knowing that it's a mouse selling pizzas in an arcade, okay, that's as far as I can think right now. So having a backstory
of how he started selling pizzas,
how he started selling pizzas in an arcade and got famous. It's beyond me, right?
It don't make sense, right?
Right.
Well, maybe we can clear some of that up.
Okay, let's do that.
Let's
go.
jump into this story.
Let's go.
Have you ever thought there was something that the creators of Chuck E. Cheese were hiding? Something from us all? Or have you ever found something to be off about the place? Even the creepy robotic mascots that dance on stage. I didn't until I found out the truth about Chuck E. Cheese. It all began on the first time I had ever visited the place. I was around the age of 5 or 6, so of course I was pretty ecstatic to go. Seeing all those commercials of kids eating pizza and running around without a care in the world on arcade games and on the play structure made me almost get down on my hands and knees to plead and beg my mom to take me. After finally getting her to break, she took me. I was the happiest kid in the whole world. My mom drove me over just a few hours before evening, so maybe around 4:30 or so. I almost knocked over the woman at the door who gave you the little stamp on your hand, running ahead of my mom and bursting through the doors like a maniac child. Eventually, I was stamped and literally screeching as I ran to all the games and play sets. After a bit, I stumbled on over to a game like whack-a-mole but with sharks, right by the staff-only room. One shark whacking minute later, I'd won the game. Before I could squeal in success and collect my tickets, my ears caught the sound of something very strange going on near the staff-only room. I could hear someone say, "Test number 15 on mutated rat results in angered behavior. such as throwing desks and scientists at the wall. I then began to wonder, what in the world could they be talking about? Maybe they were making a new game. Being so young, I had no idea at all what was actually going on in there. Being curious and feeling a bit interested, I pressed myself against the door and listened in as carefully as a 6-year-old could. I could hear them snapping at each other, things like, "What are we gonna do with this beast? And get it away from me!" A mumbled shout poured over whoever was in there and replied with a louder, "We can't just kill that thing. It's a beast version of our mascot." The talking stopped and I blinked for a second and pressed myself closer on the door. I quickly realized that this was a very big mistake. As the door opened from my weight against it, I slipped in, going in, leaning on the door to falling flat face on the ground on the staff room. Immediately, footsteps trampled over to me, hands grabbing at my arms. I was out like a light in a few seconds, and I still don't know what the hell they did to do that. I woke up slowly, my eyes feeling heavy and my body feeling weak, in some kind of interrogation room. A tall man with a serious expression wearing the cleanest white lab coat I'd ever seen began walking towards me out of the blue. Like he knew I'd be awake. Like he knew I was awake. His voice was deep and it was scratchy from what I could tell when he began to speak. You know, don't you? You know, he said. I was a 6-year-old half knocked out at Chuck E. Cheese, so I didn't know what they expected from me. I babbled for a second, letting my tongue function correctly. "What?" I replied dumbly, blinking hazily. He grabbed my arm, making the static feeling intensify somehow. He pulled me a bit, making me whine, though. I quickly shut my toddler trap when a loud banging on the door echoed throughout the room. Naturally, me being so young and clueless, I screamed, thrashing around. The man let go of me, snapping at me to shut my mouth. Forgetting about almost everything, I thrashed around some more. Slipping out of my chair, I kicked my legs, going into the corner of the room. I screamed again, banging my foot against something, making a loud metal clang against my foot. I twisted around and whined down at an air vent. I kicked it again out of scared, hot anger. With another loud scream and clang, the metal front popped off, again letting out a shriek when I heard the man stomping towards me out of the noise of clawing metal and banging. I scooted inside, spitting at him. I was scared half to death. What was I doing here? Where was my mom? He swiped at me for a moment but quickly pulled his hand back. Then there was another loud bang and the man stepped back. Using my tiny little hands, I grabbed the air vent's door and pulled it back, pressing on the door just in time. A piercing hiss was followed by a shout from the stranger and the loudest bang on the door. I crawled back, scooting back into the vent. I had to leave. Even being so young, I knew I was in trouble. I hastily turned around with a bit of a struggle, slowly crawling down the vent. A loud, manly scream echoed through the vent, being followed by more. They were in unison with the sound of cracking and tearing, which now I know was flesh and bone from the stranger. I got out as fast as I could. A small light was around the corner. After a few minutes, I stomped on it. The opening of the vent easily popped open. They weren't really paying attention to how tightly they were screwed on, were they? My feet stumbled out as I climbed out, but were soon trampling to where I saw my mom last. And she was still there with a worried expression on her face. I ran up to her, hugging her tight. My eyes were now glazed with wet, hot tears. I wanted to go home. I just wanted to go home. I want to go home, I whined and complained. My mother gave me a strange look but put her finger on my cheek. "You must be tired, sweetheart," she cooed, picking me up. I clenched my small fist, holding tightly onto his shirt. We walked out of the building, me being oh so lovingly carried to the car. A distant whir of sirens in the distance became a bit louder and louder, and police cars pulled into the large parking lot and skidded to a halt in front of the once amazing and fun Chuck E. Cheese. My mother almost ran to the car and quickly buckled me into my car seat. A couple hours later, home and safe that night, I walked out of my room to get some water before I went to bed. A habit of me trying to procrastinate so I didn't have to sleep, and my mother was watching the news. The reporter was talking about some kind of mutated rat coming out of Chuck E. Cheese and disappearing down the alleyways. So what happened to the real Chuck E. Cheese? God only knows. But I will never, and I repeat, never go into any damn Chuck E. Cheese for as long as I live.
This is a grown man story from a little boy, you know.
From a kid perspective.
So they mutated a mouse.
They mutated a rat.
And it just got out of control.
It got out of control.
Got bigger and bigger.
It started killing the staff.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's the true story behind Chuck E. Cheese.
Maybe that's. Yeah, it's not, but but it's a good story no matter what.
Yeah.
You know,
because that's crazy, dog. You know, and it's crazy because, dog, there's a whole lore around like the Chuck E. Cheese era. Because, dog, I'm a '90s baby.
Right. So that's your era. Because I mean,
yeah.
Chuck E. Cheese was not around when we were kids. I mean, it was around when I had kids. You know?
Right.
And I think I may have taken my son and daughter once or twice, maybe at the very most. But why was I going to pay $1,000 when I can go to what was that other
Copper's Caboose?
Not the Coppers, the other pizza joint.
Oh, Mr. Gaddy's.
Mr. Gaddy's for $200.
Either way, you gonna spend some money.
Yeah.
But dog, as a kid, seeing these animatronics, because that was the scary thing, dog.
Yeah. I mean, well,
so apparently,
you were first amazed, you know, because you know, like you said, the animatronics, you know, robotic animals that
sing and dance,
and
play
in unison, and it's appealing to an eye, you know, especially a child who doesn't know.
I mean, it's supposed to be appealing, dog. But if you look back at these old pictures from back in the day,
well, they look demonic.
Man, they look crazy, dog.
Because like, like the rat's eyes were red. You know, who would do that to a child? You know, red eyes has always been evil,
scary. Yeah,
you know. And then some of these glass eyes that they use in these robots, man, they look crazy, man. You know, like
dog.
I know we can tell because we're grown, but even to some of these kids, you know, like apparently that little 6-year-old's a smart little kid, you know. Those eyes look dead, you know. They look like there's nothing behind them. But some of these kids are like, you know, Chuck E. Cheese, you know, want to take pictures with them. I mean, I have seen commercials and stuff, where kids like go berserk, you know, because he doesn't make rounds the whole time he's there.
Yeah, he comes out every like couple hours, like hour or so.
You know, whenever, depending on how busy it is.
And it's not an animatronic no more. He's like in a suit now.
Yeah.
But dog, back in the day, it was the thing about them being robots and the way they looked.
Yeah.
There was always rumors going around like there's people behind the masks or
right.
Because dog, there's a whole lore behind this Chuck E. Cheese stuff. Like, okay, for example, so it was a mutated rat that got loose, and that's what it was based off of, is what they're saying.
Right.
But dog, you hear stories from, you know, Chuck E. Cheese horror stories that we don't know if they're true or not, but kids disappearing in the ball pit.
Right.
Like just out of nowhere.
Boom.
And they're like, man, the other they're dead kids dragging them into the ball pit, dog.
And there's people like I said, and it never happens in your hometown.
Yeah, it always happens in a weird
somewhere where you never even heard of I didn't even know there was a town like that, right? You know, so could it be true? Maybe. Could it not be true? Possibly. You know, it's just a mutated rat being the basis. I could understand that, you know, because oh my goodness, you know, look what we just created. You know,
and they based the pizza place after
you know, Chuck E. Cheese, you know.
Maybe they're trying to recreate the same mascot.
They knew Chucky before we knew Chucky, and said Chucky and Cheese. Come on,
yeah.
You know?
See,
I'm not saying I don't know,
but you know what? All that is funny and it's crazy. But you know, there's a real story now that was made. So Chuck E. Cheese, this whole story has also been an inspiration for now, like the animatronics, the Chuck E. Cheese and all that. There's now a horror franchise it's a big horror franchise. Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
And it's kind of based off of this Chuck E. Cheese, the animatronics. It's really based off the animatronics.
Right.
So it's, you know.
See, I know your son's really into it.
Yeah,
I've
he's
never
really
really
into
seen it. I've seen the commercials that they were, you know, at the theater, and I do want to go see it. But I'm not I'm not somebody that's just gonna go to a movie. You and I've gone,
Yeah.
and it's different now that Plainview doesn't have a theater anymore, which sucks, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But every child themed park, food establishment has a backstory, man. I mean, you gotta have some type of mind to say, you know what's gonna intrigue a child,
right?
That to beg their parents, I want to eat there, and the food is not. I don't want to say high grade.
Right.
Anybody can make a cheese pizza.
Yeah, it's cheaply made pizza, man. I mean,
but
you're there for, I guess, the environment and the entertainment.
The kids don't really. I've seen kids eat pizza and just take a bite and that's it.
And that's it. They want to go play. Yeah,
and then the parents just spent $2,000 on a party, and you got 20 pizzas just sitting there.
You're getting cold.
Yeah, and nobody. And even if you take it home, it's not Pizza Hut. It's not.
Yeah,
Domino's,
like when you heat it, it's
not
like cardboard.
Yeah, it's not Papa John's or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
and it's crazy because the animatronic deal, it inspired a whole franchise of like the Five Nights at Freddy's.
Five Nights at Freddy's. It's I know I've seen the one little teddy bear type.
Yes, Freddy Fazbear. That's the main mascot for the Five Nights at Freddy's.
For the Fright Night.
Yeah, so it's a pizzeria.
Oh, it is a pizzeria.
Yeah, it's a pizza. It's a pizza joint. It was a video game.
Okay.
So that's why I know about it, because like when I was coming up as a teenager, it was a game on the computer.
I never even heard about it. Yeah.
It was a computer game called Five Nights at Freddy's. A lot of fans call it FNAF. FNAF for short.
For short, yeah.
Yeah. It's a horror franchise, about surviving nights as a security guard at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. It's a restaurant chain where there's animatronic characters, Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy, and they come to life at night and they try to kill you.
So what intrigues me, nephew, is you gotta have security overnight at a pizzeria joint.
There's a reason why. Because these animatronics come to life at night, and the security guard is kind of keeping them like at bay. You know what I mean? And keeping them in the building. Yeah. And the animatronics are possessed by the spirits of murdered children.
Like Chucky.
So in the movie Five Nights at Freddy's, I hope it's a spoiler alert if you haven't seen the first one. But
y'all finna get dogged.
Yeah. But the main character, the main evil character who's murdering these kids.
The Fuzzy Bear, what's his name?
His name is Springtrap.
Oh.
So no. Freddy was the first victim.
Oh, okay.
So these characters, these animatronics they're possessed by the spirits of these children. There's a guy named Springtrap.
Murdered children, or
he molested them and killed them.
Oh, okay.
And in the pizzeria, and their spirits took on the animatronics. So they're like violent spirits, and so they kill.
They're trying to kill.
They're trying to kill because they were done wrong.
Okay.
So that's kind of the whole basis of the game.
Okay.
And so, and so it's crazy because, like Chuck E. Cheese, they have these animatronics,
right,
who come alive and stuff like that.
Because they had a stage in the beginning, right?
At Chuck E. Cheese, yes. And they would playing instruments guitar, and singing. Yeah, these do the same thing.
Okay.
And so, but one thing that I didn't know, and there's speculation about this or not, but Five Nights at Freddy's is loosely based on a real thing that happened at a Chuck E. Cheese.
Like gone out of control robotic?
No. So in 1993 in Aurora, Colorado, it's called the Aurora, Colorado Massacre. In 1993, there was a ex-employee named Nathan Dunlap.
Right.
He was an ex-employee of Chuck E. Cheese. Well, he went in and he shot 5 staff members, killing 4 of them and injuring 1, and 1 survived. And so this was in 1993.
I want to say I remember that, but I'm not sure if I do or not.
Yeah, so this happened in 1993, in Colorado. And, this worker went in there, he shot and killed 4 of his
5 employees, fellow employees.
Yeah, fellow employees. And he shot a 5th one, but they survived.
Right.
So basically, there's parallels have been drawn between the 5 victims in the real event and the 5 main animatronics in the game: Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, and Golden Freddy. And the lone survivor in the real event reportedly hid in the kitchen, a room in the game where only audio is available. So there's like parallels drawn between the game and the real life.
Right.
So there's speculation if it's true or not, that it was based off of that.
They said, okay, we can go make the movie based off of a real life event similar,
right?
But without
actually tying it to the murders,
where we can get sued.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, it's like a loose inspiration.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's these 5 victims, and then there's 5
possibly
victims.
Possibly could be, but maybe not. Maybe so. Could be off of a true event. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You know, like when movies put based on true events.
Right.
It doesn't mean word. It doesn't mean exactly.
People get that mixed up, and people say it's a true story. No,
it's based on something that really happened. But the story is fictionalized. Yeah, exactly.
Which is
like most of the Conjuring movies.
Yeah, you got this much content because this is what actually happened. But people don't want to sit at a movie theater for 10 minutes and be like, "Damn, that was good." No,
you got to be entertaining, so you got to make it.
The true event happened this much out of this.
Whole story. Yeah, exactly. And see, that's the thing, and so man, I didn't know that either. But technically, they're saying, this Five Nights at Freddy's series was based off of the Chuck E. Cheese event,
and that would make sense, because people will try to profit from anything that people have seen that will intrigue somebody's mind. Five Nights at Freddy's, the theme itself, Five Nights at Freddy's, it makes it interesting. People are like, what are they talking about? That's something you would want to look into.
Exactly. And think about it, Unc. It's a survival game. And see, survival games are cool to me because put yourself in them shoes, dog.
Yeah, dude.
Imagine being stuck in a building all night and you're having to survive, like, being killed by these animatronics.
Yes, things are coming at you, and you're like trying to figure out where can I hide, knowing that they ain't got no senses, no smell, but somehow they find you,
And see, in the game, dog, they're also supernatural. So it's beyond just the animatronics coming to kill you. They're also supernatural, dog. They can in the game, your main job is to stay in the security room. In the first game,
right,
and you switch between the cameras to watch the animatronics.
Oh, okay.
And every now and then you switch cameras.
So you're trying to get their moves down.
Yeah, you're trying to get to see, because dog, you may switch to a camera and they're all at the stage just staring like that
at the camera,
and then you move to the next set of cameras and then you go back and one of them's missing. You're like, damn, where'd he go?
Yeah.
So now you see him in the hallway. It's like, dog.
Yeah.
That's scary, bro.
I can imagine. Yeah, especially So that's that game itself is a teen and above, or is it?
Oh yeah. Is it no, it's made for. I guess not.
Teenagers.
I mean, it's not gory or nothing. There's no gore or blood or nothing. But it is it's a horror
not
game
for everyone.
Nah, it's not. I don't think it is.
Okay, I don't know. I mean,
that I'm not sure.
Yeah,
but it's an older game, dog. But
would you let your son play it?
Yeah, he plays it.
Does it?
Yeah, because it jump scares you.
Yeah.
Like at a certain point, if you're not watching the right cameras, the doors open to the security room or whatever, and if they get close enough, that it pops up the screen of the animatronic grabbing you, and it does like a jump scare.
Right, that's pretty bad.
So it's pretty crazy, dog.
That's cool, man. That's cool.
But to be based off of like Chuck E. Cheese, and the reason why I wanted to tell the story, not only just to dig into the lore of Chuck E. Cheese and Five Nights at Freddy's, but think about this, this is another thing I thought about. You hear these stories about, like you said, kids disappearing in ball pits, and I had a theory or a thought, which this leads to, I think we've discussed before, like back rooms type situation or multi-dimensional areas. Okay. Imagine being a kid, dog. You jump inside a ball pit, and you sink
you go into a rabbit hole,
and then you end up somewhere in another room that you can't get out of.
And then and
then you're trapped, dog.
Yeah.
And I wonder,
Okay,
there's so many.
We've already talked about this, nephew.
Yeah.
There's so many kids that go missing. We blame it on.
I mean, gone without a trace, son. Like you won't find them ever again.
We talk about sex trafficking a lot, saying
right.
You know, they're not just in America. They'll send them all over the world.
Yeah, exactly.
So you'll never see them again. Or like you said, missing without a trace. But yeah, you're right. What if they jump into a ball cage or whatever, and hit the right spot or whatever, and go into a different dimension or get traffic from there? You know,
could that be?
You know, how easy could it be for a sex trafficker who has money,
right,
to open an arcade and have that happen? You know, of course it can't happen all the time because they're going to end up like, hold on, dude. I mean, you've been open a year and you got 12 kids missing.
Exactly.
When they come visit, you know, that's not going to happen. No.
Right.
That's why it's just once in a while or whatever. But you're right, nephew. I mean, if I went missing as a 6-year-old, you know, we're smart. You're smart. Your son's smarter because of the stuff that he's growing up with.
Yeah.
We were book smart.
Yeah, like our 6-year-old knowledge versus today's 6-year-olds are a little different, bro.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying that they're smarter.
It's just they're more aware of things that we weren't aware of.
Because of this.
Because of technology. Yeah, dog.
You know, us, you know, if I was to be jumping to a place like that and go to a different dimension or even into a room where I couldn't get out of, would I be trying to find some way to get out of, or would I be crying?
Dog. And the back rooms, dog, that concept of the back rooms is so scary to me, dog. There's games that you could play like online of the back rooms.
Well, we talked about that, man.
You can't get out. Each door opens up to another world.
Yeah.
And it looks totally endless and endless rooms and rooms of office space and just nowhere to go.
Just not neon, but
the buzzing of the fluorescent lights, dog. And then there's something there.
Yeah.
Like you're not alone. Yeah. Something is in there.
Or is
it's
it
the rat.
Or is it your right?
It's the rat from It's Chuck E. Cheese.
or is it your mind playing tricks? You know, being in a back room with no sound, no way of hearing things, just you and your mind.
Oh man, that's
the worst.
Dog.
I mean, because how many times do we get in our own mind with our families around, but yet we're hearing all
everybody's talking,
but you're here,
but you're thinking of stuff,
You know, like at work, I be the same way. I be at work, man, just be chilling, just be like
zoned out.
One time, what was it? I told Sophia, I'm like, because she's like, hey, I'm like, oh shit, sorry, I was like. Thinking about, like I always say, like, am I gonna know when somebody mourns me? Not that I want somebody to mourn me,
but you're just in your thoughts. Yeah, you know, you're zoned out, dog.
If I die, who's gonna mourn me? Or even like, what if somebody said to you, let's say a coworker,
right,
that you're close to, or always talking to, says, dude, if you die, who am I gonna talk to? Because you're the only one I talk to at work, you know, because y'all work in the same...
Right, you know, same area. Yeah.
Which is right. I mean, I'm the same way. I'm like, you know, when I'm at work or when I'm at, you know, like you and I.
Yeah.
We have these conversations all the time. I don't have it with Jacob. I don't have these conversations with Squeedies. We do talk. Me and Jacob do talk.
But it's a different conversation.
Who am I going to have this conversation with?
Who's intrigued by the same things?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly, dog. That's what I'm saying.
So that's what I'm saying. Being in a back room, you and your mind alone. Now, is there something really there? Or is it your mind playing tricks on you because you're in your mind?
And dog, I low key, I want to believe in that, in the different dimension stuff, dog. And this is why.
It has to be nephew.
I don't know if you remember. Do you remember the story I covered, like way on our first episode? I want to bring it back up because this fits.
Back rooms were water and.
No. This one, watch. Let me pull it up because dog, this I want to talk about it again.
Because look, nephew, if there wasn't different dimensions, we would just be one-sided. I mean, there's too many things out there that are unknown for it not to be a different world, a different dimension. So, like going into a those puzzles, those rooms, safe rooms.
Oh, the escape rooms.
Escape rooms.
Right.
I know usually go in with 2 or 3 people because it's a lot easier to
more minds together to solve the puzzles. Yeah.
Right. But going in by yourself, dude, that
just
I'm
relying
not
on
saying
your own.
You can't get out by yourself, but
it's gonna be a lot harder.
You'd have to be so in tune with yourself.
Yeah.
Most people are just like they get into their mind and are zoned out. How many times are we around family? Like I said, everybody's talking, and hobby, and you're like, what the fuck?
You didn't hear what I was saying?
Yeah. Even
exactly.
though you hear them,
like you're hearing, but you're not paying attention.
Right.
Exactly, dog.
Yeah.
And see, that's one of those things where it's like, could we teleport ourselves into other dimensions? Like, and that's why, and dude, this is why
I wanted to bring. We already talked about our minds, man. That
how powerful they are. We're not using the full potential, the full capacity.
But are we not allowing ourselves because we're not smart enough to do that, or are we not? I don't want to say smart enough, nephew. Could it?
We just haven't unlocked that ability yet, dog. Because think about it, like the movie Interstellar, dog. But if we do unlock that ability,
are we capable of controlling it?
Man, maybe not.
That's
probably why we're not allowed to use it.
Not allowed to use because we can't control it. Can you imagine if you'd be able to use even half your brain that to manipulate things,
to move things, like it would be like the Matrix, dog. Where you can bend stuff
Can we deal with it?
Because even my dad, we had this conversation, dog. We were watching Avatar: The Last Airbender. Dog.
Oh, okay. I want to watch the other one, Fire and Ice, or whatever.
My dad. Oh no, that was the Avatar, the little blue people. This is the Avatar. It's a kids show about. He's an airbender.
Oh, okay.
They can. There's firebenders,
like
waterbenders,
like the 5 rings, or the 10 rings.
They can like bring the earth up.
Yeah.
So me and my dad were talking about like how dope would that be if you could just like make water lift up and move it where you want it, or like make ice or fire. You can create fire like fireballs from your hands, dog. And that's why I'm saying I wanted to bring this story up, Monk, because interdimensional travel is something that I've always been curious about. Like, man, could you go to other dimensions? Could you? Because there's always saying, there's parallel universes. Because I don't know if you've ever heard of the multi-dimensional theory.
Yeah.
But they say every single decision you've made in your life, in another dimension, you made the other decision. So, like, for example, say one day you get up in the morning and you're like, man, I want to eat. Say you can't decide between eating McDonald's or Burger King breakfast. So you decide to go eat McDonald's. Well, in another dimension, you went to Burger King. And then your life played out that way from there. And then your life, you know what I mean?
And that's what I'm talking about, the capabilities of your mind. Making the decisions without having to make a decision.
Yeah, seeing every...
No, I'm saying being able to say,
possible outcome.
Boom. This is the best. Yeah.
Well, then you would be God, right?
I don't think you'd be God.
Damn, maybe that's why we can't.
No, I'm thinking maybe you would just be aware of yourself and your surroundings so much better.
Well, but then you would always make the right decision, and you wouldn't mess up ever. If you knew the outcome for every decision, then you would be God, right?
But that's why God gave us free will to think about it, but then open up our minds completely.
Could free will be the limiter on why we can't use our brain to full capacity? Because if we did, we'd be God. God can use it.
So our free will is stopping us from using our mind.
Using our full 100% brain capacity.
Because can't nobody tell me what to do. Oh!
That's a whole new theory, dog.
Can't nobody tell me what to do. Of course not, because you have free will. But now you're stopping your full potential because can't nobody tell me what to do.
You have to just make whatever decision you want, dog. I've never thought about it like that,
That
dog.
did come out pretty good,
That's
though.
crazy.
That does make a lot of sense.
That's crazy, right? Dog,
You know, but the people who, like you said, I'm not saying, okay, I've always said this too. Everything's already been done once in this world.
Right.
Airbending, waterbending, fire. If you thought about it, it's been done.
right.
So the
But
ones that did airbending or whatever, who are they? And where they're from? And what dimension or what,
They could be from a
What
dimension
year?
where that's possible.
yeah. Why is it possible? Because they don't have free will. You have to live in a society that you have to make.
You know what, dog? That could make sense because if you were born to be a firebender, then you couldn't be a waterbender if you wanted to.
Right.
Because you were born only
Yeah,
to be
only.
able to do that.
That's what I'm saying.
That's crazy, dog. That's a crazy theory. See, and that's why I wanted
I've never heard this before.
me neither.
I've never heard. You know,
I've never even thought about this.
Think about that when you said that would make us God. Maybe that's why God gave us free will, because if He didn't,
Then we
we'd
could be not
we'd be
his
able to-
equal, but
exist in a different world.
we'd be able to see
He
every
put us in this
outcome.
world for a purpose, not for His purpose, for our purpose. I don't know, dog.
Right? That's wild to think. It racks your brain like,
Yeah.
dog.
Hey, y'all tell us, because this is the
Yeah,
first
what do y'all
time
think?
I've never researched this. I've never heard this. I don't know if y'all ever have. Let us know,
What do y'all think?
because free will is free will.
Right.
You know, that's why, you know, Jesus died on the cross for us, you know, to be able to have free will.
Right.
But free will also has its, I don't want to say limitations, because free will lets us kill.
We can do whatever we want, but
Yeah.
we're not abstained from consequences.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Free will has consequences.
But see, that's the thing. Since we have free will, we can mess up. But if we were able to see every possible outcome, we would never be fault.
Right.
We would never we would never have any impurities.
We couldn't live in this world because we would try to be God against everybody. Look, why are you doing that? Do you not know that this is what will happen? You're right, nephew.
I told you,
You're
dog.
right,
That's
nephew.
crazy, right, dog? That's dope. That's a crazy theory, dog.
That's right.
That could be the God theory.
Nephew, you can't be eating like that, because when you're 35, you're gonna have a
But
you know.
you're saying like
Right.
when you're 35, you're gonna have a heart attack if you keep doing this. Like, but you shouldn't be able to know that.
Right.
Nobody should.
Nobody
Like,
should.
Only God would know. Dang, dog. That's
Hey,
crazy.
I never thought of free will like that till just now.
That's wild.
Never thought of free will like that till just now.
That's crazy, huh? That's a crazy theory, dog.
That fucking,
Hey,
that's fucking bad, dog. That's bad.
dog. That's bad, dog. And so, dog, and see, before we head out, I want to, because we're getting to a good point.
It's soda and I shouldn't have, but
Look, I'm not.
I'm
I'm gonna knock it off though. But dog, all this interdimensional talk, I wanted to bring up a story that we covered a long time ago,
Which
but
one
for
are you
our
talking
new
about?
viewers,
Right.
the man from Taured. We're not sure if this is a true story or not. I'm gonna refresh your memory. I'm gonna refresh your memory. The passport.
The passport. They put him in the room.
Dog.
He disappeared.
Yeah. Dog.
Okay, that is so crazy, right? Because the maps from the 1200s don't line up with the maps of the...
Exactly. So look, for y'all who haven't heard this story yet, we're getting to it. We're getting pretty deep. So I want to end it off on this story, because most of y'all who've never heard the story, y'all got to check. This story is crazy. So we're not sure if this is true or not. They say this is a true story. So in July 1954, a smartly dressed man arrived at an airport in Tokyo, Japan. Much like other passengers, he made his way to customs, but whatever happened from this point onwards has left all puzzled and concerned. When questioned by the customs office, the mysterious passenger said he was from a place called Taured, also referred to as the Taured mystery. The mystery man claimed that it was the third time he was visiting Japan from his country, but to the surprise of officers, they couldn't find any country named Taured on the map.
Right.
The primary language of the man, described as Caucasian-looking with a beard, was French. However, he was purportedly speaking Japanese and many other languages as well. Officers were perplexed because they had never heard about such a country. The passport of the man was issued, of course, from Taured. And it looked like a real passport. It looked authentic, but the place was not recognizable. The man was then given a map and asked to point out his country. He immediately pointed to an area occupied by the Principality of Andorra. Andorra is at the border of France and Spain. The man said that this country has been in existence for over 1,000 years, and he was puzzled why his country was called Andorra on the map.
Right.
The man argued with the customs office for a long time and refused to give in. He was also carrying currencies of different countries, probably because he had made several business trips. The mystery man shared other details like the company for which he was working for and the hotel where he stayed. Officials found out the company which he mentioned existed in Tokyo, but not in Taured. Similarly, the hotel he mentioned did exist, but hotel employees informed them that no such booking was ever made by him. This prompted officers to take the man into custody for further investigation, and they interrogated him. Officers were suspicious that he might be a criminal who confiscated all these documents and personal belongings. So the officers put the mystery man in a nearby hotel while they conducted their investigation.
Right.
To ensure that the mystery man didn't escape, 2 guards were placed at his hotel room door. It must be mentioned that the hotel room in which he was staying in only had one entry and exit point. But to everyone's surprise, the next morning, the man was nowhere to be found. But not only that, all his personal documents had disappeared at the same time he did. And all his documents were at the airport.
At the airport, right.
It's crazy, dog. The thing that was troubling investigators was they put him up in a room high up in a multi-story building with no balcony. And he just disappeared by the morning.
Right.
So,
I remember that one.
There's theories that this man was traveling. He was from another dimension. And at some point ended up accidentally crossing over into our dimension. And
he figured out how to get back to his home.
At some point, the timeline may have shifted
I don't want to
back.
say his home. He got back into the dimension where
he was supposed to be. Because, dog, he was from, it said Andorra, but his map said Taured.
Right.
So and dog, this is back in the 40s, 50s, dog. So it's like
54. Yeah,
54. So, dog, this is. I mean, of course, this has been. They try to debunk this like it's just a story, but there's people who truly believe this story.
Right.
Dog.
I mean, there's so many pictures out there that, of course, what gets me, nephew, is like you got pictures of time travelers.
Right.
Okay. In the 50s and 60s, how could you manipulate a picture?
It was hard.
You'd have to be one badass photographer.
Hell yeah.
Nowadays, cameras can do whatever. But when you saw that lady on the phone, that man on the phone or whatever.
Oh, back like in the 30s, 40s? Yeah, and it looked like she's on a cell phone.
Yeah, and then the dude in the 50s with the black shades,
He's dressed like a normal. There's a picture of a dude. Yeah, everybody's in business suits. Right. And he's like in a cardigan, bro, with a T-shirt. Like, that's not how they dressed back then.
Right.
Like, dog.
So, dimensions are there. They're there. It's just...
we can't get to them.
Well,
right?
I'd seen a deal where you're not supposed to put 2 mirrors facing each other. Because it opens portals.
I've heard of that.
I seen a video on it, but I don't want to say it's fake because how can I prove a fake video?
Right. Well, dog, there is a scientific term. There is a scientific thing. Watch, let me look this up.
Portals or what?
No, watch. Or maybe portals. What is it called?
Because you'll need a portal in order to get to a different dimension or to... Well, and it's got to be dimension because you're not going to time travel... you're not going to travel to another Earth. It's only one Earth. It's different dimensions. 4th, 5th, 6th dimension, maybe. I don't know how far it would be. But the higher the dimension, the more your brain opens, the more you can do.
What is quantum tunneling?
Is that the 10 heavens we're talking about? The 10 dimensions?
No, this is so.
No, that's what I'm saying. You know, I heard that there's 10 levels to heaven.
Oh yeah.
Is that the 10? Is there each one's a dimension that we can't hit the?
That's almost like Dante's Inferno,
Right?
Like the different phases of hell. See, no, what I was talking about, there's a scientific term called quantum tunneling. Is a quantum mechanics phenomenon where particles like electrons can pass through a potential energy barrier even if they don't have enough energy to go over it classically, because their wave-like nature allows their wave function to leak through, creating a small probability of appearing on the other side. It's like a ball rolling through a
our
hill.
Our atoms are not allowed to split.
So, but dog, there's this thing where things, if things go like, because everything's energy or whatever.
Right.
Okay, so there's this thing where, like, there's videos of this where somebody cut an onion in half and they went through it, bro. And when they turn around to grab something, they grab the onion, it's whole again.
Right.
Like it never went through. Apparently, if two solid things go at each other at the exact perfect time, they can go through each other and not. They can go through each other,
but not
like phase, but not like
not
collide.
Yeah.
They mesh perfectly. The I don't know what it's called.
But I know what you're saying, but I don't think humans can do that.
But what if we could? Then we could teleport, or not teleport, but it like we walk through walls. Maybe that's what ghosts do.
You know, we
dimensional travel.
We can
dog.
always go. We can always go to ghosts, dog, because we talk about ghosts a lot.
But
who,
dog,
why and where and for what reason?
But that could be another dimension.
Well, I told you what dimension I think we're at. You know, we're in purgatory. You know, are they in purgatory? Are we in purgatory?
I don't think so.
Are we?
Dog,
are we alive?
Hey, when you start thinking like that, you start thinking, "Am I alive?"
No, that's what I'm saying.
Could be a simulation.
Are we simulated? Are we? Are we seeing what's happened or is going to happen? Has this dimension even been developed yet? Are we seeing from top to bottom? Are we seeing? Are we feeling it? Like, are we in the dimension we're supposed to be in, or are we just looking through a looking glass and saying, "Look at these two guys. You know, that's my nephew and that's me. This is what the near future looks like."
Dog,
I don't know,
because there is a theory, dog. Deja vu.
Dude, see?
That's when...
And I hate deja vu, dog, because it happens at the weirdest times.
But they say that's when the dimensions cross each other. Like two dimensions crossed each other at the exact same time, and you're like, man, I feel like I've done this somewhere. Yeah, in another dimension, you did it.
But...
You're on the same path.
Deja vu is so crazy, man, because you're like, whether I've done this or I've been here. Like...
But that's the thing.
Like, you know what's going to happen next
there.
within this time frame. Deja vu is not a day long.
No, it just happens in moments.
Yeah, in moments. And it's like, here in the next 5 seconds, this is going to happen, and boom, and it happens. And then, wow, then you're like, that's freaking crazy.
Like, man, I've
and
seen this before. And you have in another dimension.
You know. But how do we get there? Like I said, are we in a simulated world?
Because sometimes you don't ever feel like man, this world feels different.
Yeah.
Like, maybe that's why you're like, some people say, man, the sky doesn't look blue like when we were kids. Well, maybe we're in the wrong dimension on accident. Mandela effects. That's why there's Mandela effects,
dude,
dog.
Don't
we're in the wrong
man,
dimension.
because I see... You know,
I'm telling
crazy
you,
because I mean, there's things from my childhood that they say that wasn't.
But you remember it a certain way.
Bernstein,
the Bernstein Bears.
spelling.
The cornucopia from Fruit of the Loom.
Yep.
Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops.
Dog, there's so many Mandela effects that you're like, we could be in the wrong dimension.
What was? What's his name? A black comedian. He came out in a movie and everybody says it wasn't him.
Talking about Sinbad.
Yeah.
That he was in Shazam.
Shazam. He was.
He wasn't.
He was.
There's no Shazam movie ever made.
That's what they're saying now.
That's what they're saying.
But I remember it.
You remember Kazam from Shaq.
No, you remember Kazam.
I remember Shazam. That's what I'm saying, dog. That's why I'm like, I don't know. I mean, that's why I wanted to cover this story from. Yeah. I know we're way off, but way off from the Chuck E. Cheese. But this led to
it led to that because, I mean, Chuck E. Cheese was thought of by a lab rat, not by a lab rat, from a lab rat, maybe. You know what? Chuck E. Cheese, mouse cheese. Maybe we could make some money. We could sell it. Maybe whoever invented this, he bought the idea from somebody else. I don't even know who
came up with the idea.
The founder of Chuck
exactly.
E. Cheese. You know, I've never looked it up. Don't plan on looking it up. But did he? It's like Golden Chick is a spinoff. I mean, not Golden Chick. If I'm not mistaken, chicken place here in town.
Chick-fil-A.
No.
Oh.
The red chicken. Right there by McDonald's.
Chicken Express?
Chicken Express is a knockoff of Golden Chick. So whoever started Chicken Express said, you know what, instead of doing Golden Chick, we'll do Chicken Express, but it's similar to it.
Similar.
You know.
Oh, kind of like Raising Cane's and Slim Chickens.
Yeah. Well,
I think Slim Chickens is like Raising Cane's, but
Slim Chickens wants to be like Raising Cane's.
Yeah,
but they got too much on their menu. Now, if they just sold chicken,
it'd be all right.
Yeah, but they got way too much on their menu for
a chicken joint.
Yeah, you know.
But exactly. But yeah, man, I think we're at a good stopping point, man. So we're pretty deep into this episode, but man, that's what I wanted to talk about tonight.
Yeah, it was
man.
good, nephew.
Dog, the interdimensional theories
it took us to a place where I didn't think we were gonna talk about this tonight.
Me neither.
I was like, I couldn't remember the theme that you told me about, so I was like, I wonder what we're gonna talk about. I know that he had something planned. Cause I told you that since yesterday. I know you got something planned, and then when you told me, I'm like, but where's it gonna go from there? You know.
And that's what I love about these stories, man.
Yeah.
You never know where they're gonna lead you, dog.
Yep.
And that's why tonight, man, I wanted to kick off this story. And I know pretty soon I want to do another true crime. So I know for all our true crime fans out there, don't worry, we're getting back to a true crime. We just had a couple creepypastas in between. But I hope y'all enjoyed tonight's episode, man. Thank y'all for kicking it with us tonight, man. We appreciate y'all. We hope some of these stories inspire y'all's minds to think, man, what about interdimensional thinking, traveling,
free will? That blew my mind. I never thought like that.
If we didn't have free will, maybe we would be God.
Maybe we would be living in a better society.
I don't know. Not everybody would do right just because it's the right thing to do.
Well, if you knew, but then you wouldn't know your consequences.
Some people already know their consequences and do bad anyways. So you never know, dog.
True. Yeah. So is it free will for them? Or is it, I just want to be a bad person?
I don't know.
It still boils down to being free will, yeah.
Either way.
Man. Y'all hit us up, please.
Y'all let us know what y'all think, man. And man, thank y'all for kicking it with us tonight for another episode, man. We really appreciate it. We got a lot in store for y'all, man. We appreciate y'all stopping by. We hope that y'all stick around and y'all follow and y'all keep up with us, man. I was telling Nug before the podcast started, we hit the charts. We hit number 32 ranked in Cambodia
For
true crime on podcasting.
That's so awesome. Thank you very much. Vietnam,
that's
Cambodia.
crazy. Yeah, man. We got fans from different countries, bro. That's crazy.
Our fans are worldwide. You know,
that's crazy to think
when we
of.
look it up on Spotify and YouTube. You know, Canada is a big supporter. Russia's a big supporter. The UK is a big supporter.
That's
Africa's
crazy.
a supporter of us. South Africa.
It's crazy, like that. Our podcast is reaching, and I know we're not a big platform or a big podcast yet, but. Man, just know that we appreciate y'all so much. Even the little bit that we get, man, we can't thank y'all enough. The people that comment week to week, man, we love y'all guys, man. We thank y'all for being a part of our family. It means the world to me and Unc. And we just pray that y'all keep coming back. And man, y'all interact with us. Let us know what y'all think.
I don't know if we told them thank you for hitting 500 downloads on Spotify.
Oh
in November.
Yeah, we did. We did in the Thanksgiving episode. Yeah, we hit
so
1,000 downloads, man.
Yeah,
so thank y'all so much, man. We appreciate y'all, and we couldn't ask for a better fan base that we have, man.
Exactly.
And yeah, man. Other than that, Unc, I think I'm good, man. You ready to sign off?
I am.
Well, shoot, thank y'all for watching another exciting episode of Late Night Conversations with Unc and Nephew. And until next week, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.